Alright, hello and welcome to another RuneScape 3 video. This is just going to be a brief update on what the big changes have come through. If a lot of you have seen a lot of videos already about the changes, I'm not going to bore you with all the details around the majority of the bosses. As I was reading through some of this, I wanted to point out Arch-Glacor. As if you've watched my channel a bit, you know I cover this boss extensively. There's a lot of videos I've done on it already, and I will do more videos on other content as well within the game. But it was interesting when I was reading through this. I'll read this quick statement here for you. So, for example, it wouldn't make much sense for players to go and do certain bosses when they could camp Arch-Glacor, use the gold from that to buy other gear, and skip parts of the progression almost unintentionally. For a boss whose mechanics are meant to teach players the combat system, we know you'll agree that this isn't how RuneScape should be played. With Group Iron Man, we observed that Arch-Glacor has been the go-to method for all the above, meaning players ignore content that would otherwise be beneficial and enjoyable, which I suppose for the most part I would agree with. Arch-Glacor is incredibly good for loot when versus what you actually put into it, and I have been AFKing this for so long, basically since it's released, that I've made a lot of bank just sitting here and not even playing the game. So I guess there's an argument to be made that, are you really playing the game if you're just logging in to AFK content, click on the loot all button occasionally, run out of the instance and run back in just to start it again? Because God knows that I've done that a lot. I must have done thousands upon thousands of hours here at Arch-Glacor. So yeah, definitely something to keep in mind and something to talk about, really. I'll go into part 2 of this as well for the proposed changes for Arch-Glacor, because there are a lot of proposed changes coming. For example, just a quick look at this. Look, 95% of Baneite Stone Spirits entering the game are from Arch-Glacor. The next is Hard Mode at 3%. So you're looking at 95% from Arch and 3% from the next highest boss. That is an incredible difference. Look at the difference in spirit weed seeds, crushed birds' nests. I've got over 1 million bird nests in the bank. So yeah, this is definitely a great source for bird nests. That's more than I'll ever use. So I understand that needs to be changed. That's probably not a good thing for the longevity of the game. What I do want to mention though as well, don't really want to rip Jagex in this, but I will in the case of, why do it now? I know it's better late than never. Yes, if this stuff needs to be changed, definitely change it, and nerf this boss if it is doing that much damage. I never knew the damage it was doing to the game, but in all honesty, what were Jagex thinking when they released the boss and someone put all this into the drops of this boss? What were they thinking then to increase these drops, even at like 0 mechanics? Like, why is the loot so good from 0 mechanics? So yeah, definitely something they should have changed within a month or 2 of this boss's release. But as I said, it's better late than never. It's good to see that they're looking at the game broadly. Like, there are so many bosses in this document. It's worth a read if you have the time. I might even do a video just covering the highlight points of it. But yeah, I definitely want to talk about Arch-Glacor for a moment here. So in hard mode, in normal mode here, this is the example of the changes that we'll be going through. So they're decreasing the quality of charm drops 1 charm in 0 to 1 mechanic. That's probably a really good thing, because I've gotten over 1.7 million charms, blue and crimson charms, by AFKing this boss. So more charms than I ever needed. I actually worked out that I had over 2 billion experience, I believe, in summoning experience, where the cap is like 200 million. So it's well gone past the point where I ever will need any more charms. So definitely that's good to be removed. They're removing ceramic scales. I didn't get an awful lot of those from normal mode AFKing, but yeah, it's good to probably remove those because they're worthless at the moment. I remember when they were like 100 to 200k, now they're like 13k or whatever it is. So definitely a good change there. But yeah, they're definitely nerfing Arch-Glacor hard, and even in hard mode as well, although the rare drops are going to be increased, which is good. So you'll get your Frozen Core of Lang, Scripture of Lang, and Lang Artifact a lot quicker if you're starting out and fighting Arch-Glacor. So yeah, that's probably a really good thing. So the rares increase, but the overall drops also increase, or decrease, sorry, on this boss, because it definitely is very powerful. I don't know, I did a video earlier about doing 1 million KC on this boss. If they're going to nerf the drops as heavily as they are, at this point it may not be worth it. It might be worth actually going to do more like Vindicta and get more rarer drops from that, because there are so many bosses you can AFK in this game that are worth doing if they're going to drop more loot and things like that. Even God Wars Dungeon 1, there are some really good AFK methods you can do for all of those bosses, that except for Nex. I haven't tried Nex AFK. I don't think you can really do that boss AFK, but yeah, just want to make a quick video on this. It's good to see Jagex looking after the health of the game and changing it now. As I said, better late than never. But yeah, me big blue boy is getting nerfed pretty hard, so that's a shame. But oh well, it's was probably bound to happen sooner or later. But anyway, thank you for this video. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Arch-Glacor nerf specifically, as the part that I covered in this video. And if you did like the video, please like, and if you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.